Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal. Following our disappointing result midweek against Sevilla in the Copa del Rey semi-final first leg, that wasn't a good evening. Barcelona now return to La Liga action to take on Alavés in what is going to be a return to the Camp Nou for us. It's hopefully time now to pick up some points, pick up some confidence before that massive match against PSG midweek. I'm sure you guys will all be having that game on your minds, but first of all, Barcelona have this important La Liga game. It's time to try and get closer to Atletico, if that's even possible, and maybe with some rotations. I think we can all agree the team is tired right now. We need some changes, so let's see what lineup Koeman goes for. There is going to be lots to discuss. So let's get started. And this one will actually be the first of 4 straight home games we've got at the Camp Nou, which does sound quite weird. We will have this one against Alavés, then the PSG game midweek, and then we will actually be facing Cadiz, then Elche. So there are quite a string of games here coming up at the Camp Nou, and I think given the past month where we've been away from home so much, that is going to be nice. It will be nice to get back home, not so much travelling, and I think that is important right now. We look at the La Liga table, and Barcelona are still far off Atletico. It is, however, worth, picking up points, getting close to them. They dropped points to Celta last time out. Look, I don't think we're going to win La Liga. I'm not even sure if it's possible, really, if we're being honest with ourselves, but we must make sure we keep winning. We've been doing that a lot now. Keep winning, and you never know. Atletico can drop points. They're very reliant on Suarez's goals, so let's see what happens. But let's start here with Barcelona. There probably is quite a lot to talk about. Let's start by saying, look, we had a bad result midweek. We really did. I think it took a bit of the stuffing out of the fans, out of the team. It was against a Sevilla side who we knew were going to be very good. It was an absolutely crucial game for our season, and we lost it 2-0, and that isn't ever going to really taste very good, if you like. It was a bad performance all round. We never really threatened them enough. In defence, as expected, we just didn't hold up nowhere near well enough against Sevilla's attack, and it was an irritating result. It's fair to say that. I think the players now, though, have got to pick themselves up very, very quickly. Barcelona probably shouldn't dwell on that game too much because, yes, it was a disappointing result. It was a massive game. But if we're being honest with ourselves, guys, we've been on good form in 2021. I've said that for a numerous amount of weeks now. I see the team improving. On top of that, there's no real time to dwell because we've got so many more games coming thick and fast. There just isn't really any time to dwell. In less than a few days' time, we've got PSG coming up, so no point feeling sorry for yourselves. We've got big games coming up, and it starts tomorrow. But I think we can all agree the big talking point coming into this game is how goddamn tired this Barcelona team are, because let's just say it out straight, this team is fatigued. We all agree we need a rest here. We really do. We need some refreshment. We need some new players coming into the team. We need a good week off for some of these guys. The issue is that going to happen? Because we've had so many games, guys. We all know that. We've had so many games over the last month or so away from home. We've had 4 games that have gone to extra time. We've had some crazy times in these past periods. We've also had a lot of injuries during these matches, and the injuries really aren't slowing down right now. We go into tomorrow's game, we've got so many more, and you have to say, we spoke about it in previous games, when is it all going to catch up to us? It does look like now that has finally happened. The team looks very tired, in need of a mix-up. But let's see what we go for. Because if you delve right into our available options for tomorrow's game, and I'll show you my predicted lineup in a moment, what I think Koeman will go for, and what he will settle with in this moment where it is quite delicate. But I think we look right throughout the team. In defence, there'll be no Sergio Roberto, there'll be no Piqué, and of course there'll be no Ronaldo Araujo. On top of that, I'm pretty sure Serginho Dest won't even be fit to start tomorrow. I'm hoping he can be in the squad list for tomorrow's game and then ready to start against PSG. And then you even look to players like Samuel Umtiti, who, yes, they'll be available, but is Koeman really going to play him again in a quick succession? Also, Jordi Alba, for me, definitely needs a rest, but again, is he going to get one? And that's just the defence, guys. We've gone through about 6 names there who aren't really ready for tomorrow's game, so that just isn't good news. And you look into midfield, and it's actually pretty similar, because you're looking at midfield 3 guys, Busquets, Pedri, De Jong. For me, all of them really need a rest, but can we get them? Can we actually give them a rest? Because, look, the only alternative is Ricky Puig, who I certainly expect to start tomorrow. But then you've got Pjanic, who you think, yeah, he can come in. But having said that, will he be ready? I'm not sure if he's ready for this one, of course. He was injured last game, so we're not sure if he's going to be ready for this one. And then other alternatives include players like Mateus Fernandes, who, look, let's be honest, just isn't going to be played. And then also Alex Moriba, who is unlikely to be trusted. So again, in midfield, Koeman, he's going to have to field some of the regulars. And in attack, it's actually a pretty similar story, guys. Again, Messi, Griezmann, Dembele, we can all really afford to give them rests, if we're being honest with ourselves, before this PSG game. But it's just not going to happen, guys. Again, like the midfield, I imagine that 2 of the front 3 will be starting, simply because, look, Trincao and Braithwaite are our alternatives. I expect Trincao to come in maybe for Dembele or something, but I'm pretty sure Braithwaite, like Pjanic, won't be fit to start this one. So that does bring me on to my team selection, my predicted lineup for tomorrow's game, and this is what I've gone for. Having said all of that, guys, I think we could be seeing something like this from Koeman's side. Ter Stegen, I think, will play in goal. At right back, I've gone for Junior. At left back, I've gone for Alba. And at centre back, I've gone for Mingueza and Longley. So that means that the one I've decided to rest, if you like, is Umtiti. I think he'll do that. He didn't impress midweek. And it's also a good chance to get Mingueza and Longley playing next to each other. That probably will be the way we go against PSG in my opinion, so let's see how they do. In midfield, like I said, only probably one of the midfield three can be rested for Ricky, so I've gone for Pedri. The guy's very young. He's definitely, lacking some fitness right now, so let's hopefully get Ricky in for him. Keep De Jong and Busquets in there. Not ideal, but probably has to happen. And in the front three, again, a similar story, guys. I think I'd pick Dembele out of that three. Griezmann and Messi certainly could do with the rest in my opinion, but at the same time, are they going to get it? I'm not sure. If Braithwaite's fit to start, maybe Griezmann can be rested as well because he's made an awful amount of football of late. But look, Trincao, Messi, Griezmann, the rest of that team, it's hopefully strong enough to beat Alavés. But of course, we cannot forget about our opposition in Alavés, who we will be playing tomorrow, and they probably come to the Camp Nou actually thinking, you know what, maybe we've got a chance here. And I say that because look, managed by Abelardo once more, Alavés currently sit 13th in the table and are flirting with relegation. We know that Alavés aren't one of La Liga's best sides, if you like, but I think they will look to frustrate us. They set up in that 4-4-2 block. They have the two danger men up front in Lucas Perez and Joselu, who I think we always know when playing Alavés. Same goes for any side who plays in La Liga. They say, look, if we can keep those two out the game, we've got a good chance of beating this side because they are competitive forwards who can get goals. And I think Barcelona, if they want to win this game, must be wary of those two at all times. So players like Mingueza and Longley have got to make sure we deal with their front two when Alavés break. And I think on top of that, Alavés are the sort of side who will look to sit in that 4-4-2 block if Barcelona aren't sharp on the day. If we are fatigued, they will feel, look, we can frustrate Barcelona here. We can make it annoying for them. We don't come in the best spirits after that performance midweek against Sevilla. And I actually remember Alavés playing against Real Madrid not long ago away from home at the Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium over there in Madrid. And I remember Real Madrid on that day came into the game in quite a similar sort of situation to we are now. They were tired. They had a lot of injuries. They brought in a few players. They rotated quite a bit. And Alavés went there and beat them 2-1 on their home ground. And they made sure that they didn't let Real Madrid get enough in that game. Real Madrid got a late goal back through Casemiro, but weren't able to get the final goal. So to me, that just tells me Barcelona must be wary here. And it's the same when you play any team in La Liga already. You can't really just bring players in and say, yeah, that'll be okay. If you're not putting in the application, if we're not ready for tomorrow's game, if we are fatigued, if we are tired, if Alavés are strong at the back and will feel they can frustrate us, they've got a good chance of snatching points. Barcelona have to make sure we do our jobs. We want to stay above Sevilla. We want to stay above Real Madrid. And of course, we want to keep putting as much pressure as is physically possible on Atletico. And that brings me over to my match prediction. I've gone for quite a conservative score here of Barcelona 2, Alavés 1. Now, I'm going to explain why I've gone for this. I could see Barcelona maybe saying, look, yep, we're going to win this one 2-0, 3-0. If that happens, I wouldn't be overly shocked if Barcelona turn up, play well. We certainly could do that against Alavés, who for me aren't one of La Liga's best sides. However, I think we're tired. I think we're lacking a bit of energy right now. I really do all over that pitch. And I think that's been evident for a while. That has been the main talking point about this match preview. The fact that, look, we need to bring players in and we just can't really do it because of how thin our squad is right now. We've got bad injuries and we've just had so many games of late. So that is why I've gone for this 2-1 scoreline. It could be a bit of a frustrating game for Barcelona. I hope we can get over the line. I can see Alavés getting a goal past us with our makeshift defence. But let's hope we do the job, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below on this game. It is an interesting one. Maybe not the most glamorous affair, but hopefully Barcelona can get the win. We've got to keep that confidence high. And you've got to say, if we don't win this one and then go into PSG midweek, that's not good news. So maybe that'll make some people more excited for this clash and say, yeah, you know what, we've got to win this one, because I honestly do think we have. So I'll see you guys after the game tomorrow. It's an important one for Barcelona to regain that confidence. Hopefully rest as many players as possible. I am intrigued to see what lineup Koeman goes for. It was very hard to predict today, but let's hope the players are re-energized and hope they get the 3 points. I'll see you guys then. Enjoy yourselves, enjoy the game, and goodbye.